And hello again.
And welcome to Visit Fylde Course.
It's the three of us with a bit of a story. It all started with an afternoon out with 10 people, and I fainted.
Weebles wobble.
But don't fall down.
So luckily in the cafe we were in was a doctor on her afternoon out. She said, I think you ought to get this checked out on Monday. So I went to the doctor's on Monday, and she wasn't bothered about me fainting, but said, I've not seen you for 5 years. I think we'll do some tests. So they took a gallon of blood and poked me here and poked me there, and I went away. And about a week later, another doctor rang me and said, hello Derek. Now then, your heart's all right, your liver's all right, your kidneys are all right, this is all right, that is all right. And I said, there's a but coming here, isn't there? He says, yeah. Your PSA is way off the scale. That's the indicator of prostate cancer. He said, you should be normally 3. Yours is 28.
Just a little bit high.
So, me and my darling daughter then spent 2-3 weeks going backwards and forwards.
It's also turned into a bit of a blur.
Yeah. So it was doctors, it was hospital for this test, hospital for that test, and then the final test, which became a bit of a memorable occasion, was when they took samples from a rather delicate part of the anatomy.
Ouch.
And took 28 little bits of skin from in my...
No, not skin, tissue.
Well, tissue, sorry. Which confirmed that, yes, I'd got prostate cancer. So we went back a few days later, and this rather nice nurse said, right, I want you to take these tablets for the next month. And in effect, it'll turn you into a woman. So,
Tell the rest of the story.
So I took the tablets and everything started to disappear, and I started to have hot flushes
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to my world.
and night sweats and well, you name it, I've had it. So after that they then put me on to, I think it's every 6 weeks, a rather big needle into the belly. So that was back in May all this started. So here we are on January the 4th, and tomorrow morning my carer
The journey begins.
takes me to Preston Royal Infirmary, to the Rosemere Centre, and we start a month's radiotherapy. So firstly, message for all you fellas. Go and get it checked. I had no idea. I felt as fit as could be. I was 80.
No symptoms.
No symptoms.
No nothing.
No worries. Nothing.
And yes, I have been checked.
Kevin's
and
been.
I thought I had symptoms, and I've turned out
I'd have put money on it that
I-
you've got symptoms.
I would, and I've got the all clear.
But, you know,
I've had mine checked, mine were all right.
I'm not a lover of doctors,
No,
but
none
I've
of us
got to
are.
be honest, they've been absolutely wonderful.
They've been very good, haven't
Yeah, they've really been
Mm.
sensitive and caring. So we'll see what the next month, because we've got to go every day for 4 weeks, which is a bit of a bind, but if that's the answer to the solution to the problem, then so be it.
But they've made it clear that they're looking for a cure.
Yeah, my consultant is quite convinced that once they finish the radiotherapy, I'll carry on the hormone therapy drugs for 3 years. But he's quite convinced that they've caught it in the bud. The problem is if it had started to move and had a little
Well,
journey.
I can't remember exact details, but the grade, don't matter what kind of cancer you've got, they grade it relative to a different set of criteria. And I think if it had been missed and not picked up, I think it would have been a very different story.
Yeah.
Because it looked as if it were a fairly aggressive one,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah.
So it's been lucky. It's been very lucky.
So we've carried on with life. I, until today, have completely forgotten about it. I've only just this morning started to read the documentation and everything I've got to do. But we've spent quite eventful life for the last few months.
So, as you can imagine, it's going to compound our ability to do much else, which means that there'll probably not be much in the way of vlogs, although we might do a car park series, might we?
Yeah.
That could be quite entertaining. I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed that it'll be all right and we'll sail through it, but I think at least he'll be tired. So that's today's
It's a long
news.
journey, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
Every
I
day
mean,
there
just
and
getting
back.
to Preston from here is bad enough. I mean, it's especially now they've built that silly bypass road. So we'll be going the scenic way along the seafront. We'll go to Seaside.
Yeah.
We'll go to Seaside. So getting to Preston it's going to be like an hour at a time there and back, an hour there and an hour back, and then whatever they're doing in between. So I don't think it'd be as bad if it were in Blackpool, would it?
No.
So that's today's news.
I've also known, as well as you, a couple of other people who have had the test it's been picked up as regular, you know, they didn't specifically go for that.
Oh, yeah.
They picked up on
Yeah.
it and they've had the treatment and they're fine. So the key is to get tested.
So
Yeah.
but he's developing quite an attraction to young nurses.
Oh, you dirty old man.
Yeah, so when I was having the what was it called? What was it when they did the samples?
Biopsy.
When they were doing the biopsy, you're in like a birthing chair, but it's a specially one built for that event. So you're there with your legs in stirrups, your hands back here, you're tilted upwards with no mention it's going to happen, you know. And all of a sudden you're there, completely naked, and this young nurse comes and covers everything with a cloth.
You pay fortune for that on Coulson Street.
I know.
And they want more money for doing that.
I know.
And we spent 20 minutes, me chatting to the two nurses while the doctor was mining.
Mining. Yeah, so you got to see the funny side, haven't you?
Well, it's there, it's what it is, and
We'll get on with it.
Yeah.
Won't we?
we'll have a laugh.
Yeah. And look at it this way, at least it's in the worst month of the year.
Yeah.
When there's nothing else much happening.
So long as it doesn't snow.
Because we've got plans for you afterwards.
And I've got these two, you know.
Yeah, we'll look after you.
Couldn't have
To
it
take
better.
Mickey out of him left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Couldn't have it better.
Yeah, I still can't get him to drink more water and eat more greens, but I'm trying.
I've got to learn tomorrow because apparently I've got to drink a gallon to...
Oh, that'll be fun. I'll not argue with him
I
like
will.
he argues with me.
Exactly.
So we shall face it like we face everything else that we do, because you haven't got a choice. You've got to get on with it, put one foot in front of the other. But obviously you need to know, because we don't know what's going to happen next. So I think that's it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
See you and on.
And now, see you in a month's time.
Yeah. Well, I think we might see him before a
Yeah.
month. But yeah. Anyway, whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
Don't forget, get your fellas tested. No arguing. Bye.
Bye for now.
See ya.